If there's one thing we're all doing too much every single day, it's looking at our phone for hours on end. So much so that our screen time looks a little something like this. Buddy, what the heck are you doing on Geometry Dash for 8,000 hours? I'm not even glossing over the fact that, what the heck is torque? But besides that, tell me if you could recall a time similar to this. You scroll late in the afternoon and you have nothing to watch. The algorithm is feeding you stuff that you've already seen before, and for the most part, you start getting a little curious. You click on some videos that are really random, yet you find them intriguing. You click on that one video about camping in the wilderness and some tips for survival. Sure, it's random, but you might as well watch it. 20 videos later, you fall into the rabbit hole of whatever you were watching. You might even start packing your bags and preparing to sleep outside in the damp, freezing weather. In your backyard. Over and over again, you enjoy the thrill of going outside in whatever spot you can find and camp there for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, you have found a hobby. Now, hobbies are by far the most entertaining things one can have. It's what originally kept us entertained when we had literally nothing to do. However, there are some hobbies out there that blow my mind because of their sheer existence. They're so insane, in fact, that I can't even sleep just thinking about them. Might as well join the dude that's sleeping in the backyard. Who's there? Shh, it's just the wind. And since we're on the topic of being outside, first on the list, cave diving. I remember this being a whole meme back then, but could we just talk about how insane cave diving is? The fact that people actually do this is insane. You literally find a random cave, go inside, pause, and when there's clearly space starting to run out and you can't continue on foot, instead of turning around like a normal person would, you literally go on your hands and knees, pause, in the cracks, pause, and keep pushing. Pause. Fam, do you not freak out over this? Yeah, I could get stuck, but I'ma keep going. You know, I have a wife and kids, but I'll see them when I get out. This is honestly worse than going to get the milk. Jokes aside, obviously these guys are trained professionals, but bro, you find actual enjoyment, get that dopamine rush or whatever you get from this? High key, you couldn't pay me enough to do any of this, man. Going on a little side tangent, this is very similar to those people who look at the highest building known to man, and they straight up climb that thing with absolutely no climbing gear, which is a whole other category of its own. Even more insane, those who parkour on the top of the building like it's nothing. What is this, Mission Impossible? Holy crap, look at the height. I don't know, man, I ain't judging your passion slash hobby, but I feel like this is way too much. I guess the thing about this would be the fact that you're in unnecessary danger by just doing something without actually reading the safety manual. Sure, it looks cool in the end and gets you that motion, those views, whatever it is, but you can't really reverse time if something were to happen, sadly. Next on the list, storm chasing. Now, I literally just discovered this was even a hobby that existed like 20 minutes ago. The fact that chasing a tornado is something people do in their spare time is wild to me. Sure, there's like 50 Amber Alerts on your phone, going crazy and telling you to seek shelter. Nah, hop in that car and let's do some Fast and Furious stuff. We're about to track that dang tornado down. Not gonna lie, this does look intriguing to do because of the sheer fact that there's no one around, the wind is going crazy, and the tornado in the distance looks pretty dang sick to capture on camera. It's pretty much like this picture, dubbed down a bit. My question is, what's the biggest tornado someone has straight up followed and gotten super close up to without actually getting yeeted up in the air? It's all fun and games until the tornado you're currently chasing is actually coming towards you. Next on the list, coloring book. Does that make sense? Yes, you got that right. How can an innocent hobby that kids do often be something that is straight up insane? Well, what happens when you take something simple and turn it into something, I don't know, insane, like a competition? Well,
I might have gone a little bit overboard.
Got the markers off Amazon because I wasn't sure how long this hobby would stick. Acrylic markers for details.
This has a good variety of colors, as you can see, like you're
Impatiently waiting for these to come.
Click the orange shopping cart above my name to grab a set for your.
to think that something as simple as coloring can be so competitive. I'm not gonna lie though, the artistic skills some people have to color these books is pretty dang impressive and wild. The main problem is the fact that not only are people over-consuming this to the max, but some people go a little too crazy in trying to find all kinds of markers and pens and all this kind of stuff, and pretty much all the tools they need to out-color, get it, other people. That joke was mid. People are creating their own palettes, buying gargantuan amounts of markers and stuff, and keep in mind, these things are not cheap whatsoever. you know that these companies are getting mean bread from these markers. In all honesty, a hobby is something you could do in your spare time for fun, not really something that consumes your whole life as a whole. At that point, it's not even a hobby anymore. I don't know why, but the insane levels of competition people are willing to go through to outcompete other people who simply just want to color a small teddy bear on a dollar store coloring book. It wasn't even about the coloring anymore. The sheer fact that this niche has gotten so many views is what makes it even more insane. So, in a nutshell, the coloring wasn't actually the reward, but rather the views it brings to the table. And since we're on the topic of competition, next on the list, I can't believe this is a thing. At this point, we're inventing new ways to show off to people and create new skills. Now, if you don't know what gloving is, it's basically... Hey bro, wanna see something cool? Hang on, let me just... Okay. Dang, I haven't seen you since last year. What the heck have you been up to? Whoa, what the heck? Well, if you didn't know, you do now. This became a whole trend before the end of the year, and it's insane the levels of skills one has to have in order to do this. Every time I look at one of these, for some reason I feel like I'm about to go into epileptic shock or something, because holy moly, the amount of flashing that be going on when they be moving their fingers like that is crazy. Also, can someone tell me why on earth is gloving dangerous? I be seeing stuff like the most dangerous style of gloving, or gloving until my fingers fall off, or something like that. And all I can picture is, are people breaking their hands with this? Apparently so, since they're taking it so seriously. These gloves also look mad expensive, so there's gotta be some sort of catch to this, right? Back when I was growing up, we had these things, and we pretty much did the same things with them, but way less cool, I guess. And they were also like $3 at the stores. This does look mad cool if you have the right skills to pull off something spectacular. Next on the list, taxidermy. Okay, there's no question as to why this is completely out of pocket. You're telling me that you're gonna take an animal, unalive it, take out its insides, and stuff it with some other type of stuffings, and just leave it there in your house? Bro, does this look normal to you? Or this? Look at this. Even this. What the heck is wrong with this one? Bro, this is the type of stuff you'd see in a low budget old CGI movie. This thing looks like a kindergarten drawing, but made realistic. This thing, you discombobulated my homie's face, man. Even in death, bro was still shook. Oh my goodness, look at that. Actually, this one's not too bad. He's nonchalant as heck, man. To cheese or not to cheese? Alright, bro. This is the type of face you make when your mom tells you to come downstairs, introduces you to the guests about how big you've gotten since the last time you saw him, and you gotta just stand there like, yes, very, very big, I guess. Looking at some of these pictures, these things made me incredibly uncomfortable. Justified. The fact that people do this for a living, I don't know if I should say props to them, or if I should just be like, heck, I'm 100% losing sleep just thinking about this one. So, moving on to the last one, I guess. Last on the list, collecting one-of-a-kind things. You know those people that collect rare things like, I don't know, Pokemon cards, Funko Pops, all kinds of stuff, you know? Well, this is that, but on steroids. The fact that some people will be collecting the most insane things known to man. Funko Pops, Pokemon cards, games, that's all cool, but we got some people out here collecting shiny, mad expensive Pokemon cards, expensive cars, all kinds of them, exotic animals of all kinds, one-of-a-kind first-generation games, like I'm talking the original, unopened, still in its package, Super Mario 64. Somebody owns this, man. Like, what the heck? I didn't even know that existed. Every single Coca-Cola known to man has been collected by this man right here. I didn't even know there were this many. We even got every single hot sauce known to man. We even have a person who has collected every single phone known to man. Okay, but maybe not every phone, but like, you know, a lot of them. Or maybe he does have every single phone known to man. I gotta say, this is one of the most insane hobbies one can have. Probably the most expensive at that, because the amount of money you gotta spend to do this is insane.